are going more, we need to just get the board members.
Okay.
To show that we have a quorum present.
Are we recording? We're good?
We are recording.
Okay, we're gonna call this meeting to order and we'll begin with roll call.
Okay, we are recording. I'm just trying to get that screen. I can't do it. Okay, thank you. Okay, it is 5:32. Roll call. Vice Chair Kate Truesdale.
Present.
Karen Miller.
Present.
Cody Phelps.
Present.
Emma Wood.
Present.
And Councilmember Jim Woodward.
Present.
And excused, we have Chair Christine Adams, Jenna Biondolillo. She's not here to correct me if I said Mark Husbands and Inglewood Liaison Gary Manfrey. Staff, we have Director Christina Underhill, Parks and Rec Deputy Director Brad Anderson, and Recreation Manager Allison Boyd. Great, thank you.
Okay, we will move on to the approval of minutes from August 10th. We have someone to approve them first.
I move to approve the minutes from August.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say
Aye.
nay. Good, minutes are approved. Moving on to public comment. Doesn't look like we have any. Okay, new business. PRC Maintenance Week and Renovation. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Recreation Center did their annual maintenance at the last week of August. A number of the items we've done was the swimming pool was drained and the shell was cleaned. We do that on a yearly basis. And then also they did some painting in there too, and just some general cleanup of everything is what they do in the Recreation Center. Couple of big things happened with that one. Number one, we tried to get the gym floor done, so it was re-screened and looks really good and shiny. Same with the both of the rooms, I don't even know what they're called now. They used to be activity rooms. Yeah. They're the activity rooms. So they were done. So that flooring was done. So it looks really good too. A lot of general painting was done as well. So in the Recreation Center. So it's a week of a lot of work that goes in. Pretty frantic. It's amazing how we can get as much done as we can in actually a week and stuff. So I'm really happy with the progress that happened there. The other thing that happened is when we talked a little bit, I can't talk about the renovation. I thought I was speaking also. With the renovation and stuff, we were able to work with the contractor. And they came in, they demoed the front counter. And then they also removed the tile in the entryway as well. And so what they did was they took the concrete down, they polished it. And so it matches what was in the lobby and also going down the hallway. So that's all looks really good right now. So the reason that we did that was a pretty big project and it took about a full week to get that done. And we didn't impact the public. So the area was closed. So that was really key that we could get in and do that one night. They finished that up on Friday. So for the most part, it was right on schedule with that one. So the other thing that happened during closure is part of the renovation, the pre-renovation, I guess, project would have been, was replacing the boiler up in the HVAC in there. So that was a project that started off, that's been delaying this renovation project for a number of years now. We started that whole project and planning in 2018, believe it or not, and got delayed because of the boiler. Some of the work had to be done with the HVAC. So what happened was it got delayed, and then all of a sudden, after the pandemic, it got delayed more. And so by the time we got everything up and going, we timed this in, and we were able to put the boiler in place and get that working and everything during maintenance week. And then they actually wasn't maintenance. They did a lot of the piping and stuff, and then they came in on the 7th. That's October. Yeah, they came in and they got the boiler in place. They had to take out a bunch of windows on the backside. And so they did the equipment and everything too. So all that's in place and we're moving forward right now. We're just finishing up some permitting and also planning and everything from the designer for the renovation part. But everything's ready to start moving and start constructing the front counterpart and also the offices back behind. the front counter. And then what that'll happen, once that is completed, they will move to where the conference room is right now and some of the aquatics offices. We will knock out the one wall between the conference room and where the offices were, Debbie's old office area, is where that's at. And what that will do is open up, and that'll be a training center for the aquatics division. And then also there'll be 3 offices in there, and then also be a storage room in there for the aquatics division as well. So we're excited about that. So that's phase 2 of this project. And then phase 3 of the project is gonna be redoing the restrooms that are in the lobby area there. So we will have, there's still tile in that area. And so what we're gonna be doing is taking that out, and then that will be polished concrete as well. So a massive rest of the flooring there too. So really needed an update in there too. So we're excited to have that going too. So that's a little bit about what happened with maintenance week and renovation. Did I miss anything else?
There was lots of little things, but you got
Yeah,
it.
we can-
Lots of little things. When is it? Gonna be?
Question
About
on
3
the
months.
locker rooms. Are they changing the locks or something there?
No,
Okay,
right now there's no lock in the lockers. You bring your own lock.
well, that's what I was, some reason I was thinking that they were gonna start buzzing people in or something like that.
We're doing that in the library for
Live.
the restrooms. You want to have a badge and to enter. So you check on it, but that's only in the library.
Name, address, social security number,
Yeah,
police record.
Facial recognition.
The whole
just the fingerprint right now.
Yeah.
Your first chime.
Yeah, so it's exciting. It's, like I said, it is a very long week, and a lot of work, and they've coming to turn around some of their stuff can be done. So the staff did a really good job. You know, they all pitched in and do a lot of cleaning and everything too. So that's always been coordinated with Public Works as well to get all the projects done. So
And we had to relocate staff into the classrooms. So we got IT drawings, so it's those crazy things.
the front counters in the lobby now. So we got a drop there, we got to put power in there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that happened.
Mhm.
In a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Nice. Any other questions? Okay. Second order of new business, Broncos funds, Christina.
Yeah, so, last year we received $1.1 million from the sale of the Broncos, which they sold it for $4.5 billion. And so, the city's percentage that we received was based off of sales tax revenue at 2.7%, which equated to, yeah, 1.1 million. So total, I think from the $4.5 billion, 41 million went out to all the agencies, all the cities that had participated initially. And it was restricted to be used only for youth programming activities. And so on Monday night, we went to council to propose how we wanted to spend the money that we have remaining. 617,000 was appropriated for this year to be spent. And we use it for summer camps, from lessons, summer reading, farm training, different events, like playground staffing. It was all related to youth programs. And we have 502,000 and some change remaining for 2024. And so the number one thing we really needed and need is a new train at Bellevue Park. That one has had a great life, and it's slowly breaking down on us. It's getting more costly each year to find replacement parts and, repairing putting new wheels on it. What they call wheels. Yeah. I don't know if there's just spent $7,000. 7,000 just for the last couple of months. And so we really need a new train, and we learned that they're no longer making gas trains of that size, the toy train more or less. And so we're going with an electric train. We've got quotes for that. The total price for a train like that's electric with 2 cars on it, one being ADA, and much easier to get in for adults, is $492,550. And so what we presented to council on Monday was utilizing 320 $157 of the Broncos money, and the remaining would come from our conservation trust funds, which is $172,393 pennies. So what that means, we'd have some funds left to use for other programs that we could offer next year to our kids. So we are bringing the contract for the train on October 2nd for approval to city council. There was some discussion on the color of the train. Does the train actually make train noises? And it does actually make train noises, whether it be the whistle or the
Whistle, bell, and the chuggies, I guess.
chugging. We're trying to put that in the council report, but that actually sounded like it.
Yeah.
We have sound lights.
Yeah, and so we've looked at videos of other electric trains. I think there's 20 in the United States
Oh,
of
wow.
these electric trains. And what's the oldest one? 15 years?
The ones is, yeah, the one that's running the most is 6 years old.
6 years old, but it runs every single
Yeah,
day.
every single, like 24/7, 365. And the Landry's Aquarium in Houston, Texas.
So there's other trains out there that have the batteries. Obviously, as the years go on, the battery knowledge gets better.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's gonna be a very sustainable train. Hopefully you come visit us.
We will be there.
Good.
That's us.
Or
That's
just
me.
me.
Or just me. I'll just try to find myself.
But so it takes 7 to 8 months to actually build this.
Oh,
And
wow.
we open Memorial Day weekends in May, so end of May. So it's gonna be tight. We hope to get the train early May or end of April if we're lucky, so we can make sure everything's working properly. There's gonna be some electrical work done, so it actually will charge when it's sitting at the station. And then overnight, it can be parked in the tunnel and charge overnight in the tunnel. So, yeah, we're really excited about this. Hopefully council moves it forward and we get a new train. But other things that we proposed in addition, and we'll bring this back to council later this year, or early next, for really the train was the number one thing we needed. But we talked about doing 30,000 towards aquatic programming to offer swim lessons for all Inglewood 3rd and 4th graders. So Inglewood public schools, as well as also school and homeschool kids that are 3rd or 4th grade would get a voucher to come and get free swim lessons at the rec center or in the summertime at Pirates Cove. The library, we're proposing $15,000 goes to their summer reading program. So they do a lot of performers, they take notes. Performers, well, both of you take notes, kids. And the summer reading program is wonderful. I think it's one of the best ones I've seen in the nation. And definitely in Colorado, when you compare it to what other libraries do, it's stellar. And Miss Kimberly and her team is excellent. So $15,000 towards summer reading. We've talked about adding a really cool obstacle course, and converting one of the racquetball courts at the rec center. We have 4 racquetball courts, and racquetball is not as popular as it once was, so they're not always being used. And so that would really attract the teenage groups, as well as kids to utilize this obstacle course. We can do classes in there, and it's possible adults might be able to use it too. If they so much, a little more. $10,000 towards Broken Teeth for junior golf programs. We have a great partnership right now with Inglewood High School. They're getting their golf team back together. Yeah, and it's great.
Yeah.
And so, the other thing we proposed to the school is doing some STEM programming on golf science and turf science and how that all works, because I think a lot of people don't realize about the science behind turf management, and how grass grows, and I think kids would find that really fascinating. I think I'm fascinated by it.
It's a big topic, just speaking of NFL and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very timely.
It's really a make or break a game, and it can be
Golf
golf
too.
Yeah, Roy McGowan, right, he hit a shot, the ball went this way, it was thick grass, yeah, I'm like, yeah, somebody's getting on that. Then it cut the grass right, but, anyway, so 10,000 towards golf. And then, have a school time camp, so whether it be the summer or one of the breaks for the holidays. And we offer a lot of different opportunities for our kid off at the rec center, and have a parents night out, so $25,000 going towards that. I'm offering really cool field trips or bringing presenters in the camps. The farm and train, the Bellevue Farm, wanting to do some interactive updates. I know we talked about some ADA accommodations there for, Braille. So, yeah, individuals coming to the farm, whether it be a child or an adult, could learn about the animal that maybe they can't see very well and find out what's in the cage or what might be walking around them. As well as, doing some interactive educational times for small groups to come in and learn about the specific animal or just art projects around farm animals. So painting or drawing or just, maybe we have a washing machine and paint party. Go, not for kids. Okay, for adults. And then, adding additional, monies to our events to do some more youth activities at our events. So like the block party, I've heard from people saying there wasn't a lot for little kids to do, and that's true. We had a cool bubble machine there. But really, it's really geared towards adults. We talked about expanding, the youth activities, down Inglewood Parkway a little bit. And maybe those would go from 4 p.m. until 7 or 8 o'clock and then shut down, and then the adults can keep having a lot of fun on the street itself. So that's where we're at, and that was what the proposal is. As far as all those programs are concerned, we'll come back to council later this year. To discuss, is that really the direction they want to go? There was comments about maybe we put it towards capital programs, but really it's only 150,000+ left, and so it's hard. Playgrounds are expensive to build and install, so we're going a little bit back to the drawing board after the comments we heard Monday night, but the big news is the train is on its way after October 2nd. It's very exciting.
So with the train, I remember that was a big piece of the bond initiative, right? So are we gonna do something different with those funds? For the
Yeah.
Bond initiative, or are we thinking that?
This is when it gets dangerous and allows us to think. so.
Yeah.
So, there's 2 additional items. So we're taking the train off. That was only $500,000. But with the 15 million and moving some things around, if council chooses to go with the full 5-year reduce, we have 2 new projects that we're gonna be adding in. One being, renovating the locker rooms at the recreation center. Brad's actually meeting with a consultant next week. I am there to talk about, doing more cabana type style locker room. We get, on occasion, individuals who might be trans or don't want to identify with male, female, and then our staff are then challenged because, people coming into the locker rooms may not agree with that. So maybe going more towards a trend of a family locker room or no gender, cabanas where you go in and change. There might be a shower, there might be a toilet in there. So we're getting some quotes on that, but those locker rooms really need to be updated. They're definitely aged. And then the other thing we'd like to add, but we're also looking at maybe if we can do this outside the bond, is a bike park at Centennial Park. And we're looking at doing an asphalt or concrete, probably asphalt track there that could be open almost 365 days during the year. Ruby Hill Park in Denver is the closest to us, and that's a dirt park, and they're closed a while of the year if there's heavy rains or snow left. And so we'd like to make it a destination and something they can hang their hat on. I think the bike population would be very excited. He's received some calls related to a bike park and activating that park differently. We have this great space at Centennial. I really don't know what else to do with it. It's just, we've been dumping dirt there for ages. And so it's got a really cool amount of dirt, the great views of the park. It's right off the regional trail for South Platte, Maricopa Greenway Trail. And so I think it'd be an amazing destination and something that Inglewood really could benefit from. And people in general. But it'll be, we'll bring more to you all, as we get the plans figured out, and it's gonna be from probably beginner level to an advanced bike park, so anybody involved can utilize it. So those were some of the changes with the train coming off, but the bike park itself is about 2 million, restroom renovation, I don't know,
Open maybe around $1 million.
or less, maintenance bathrooms, so we'll get some ideas on that. I'll update it as we progress, but obviously, we're kind of went silent because we don't want to confuse people. The
Yeah.
November elections coming up, we don't want people looking for the bond, so we went very quiet. Information's still on the website. We'll just pick up where we left off later this year, maybe kick it off in January. But that's where we'll need your help too of sharing with the community what we're doing, and Katie, so friends here, please share with them as well. So the bond being successful.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Any other questions about the Broncos funds? Okay, old business. Big slogan, Park project update, Fred.
There's new stuff from the old business.
Okay.
Base loading, demo has started. They actually have demoed the pavilion area of that one. They're completing that this week and the first part of next week, so that will totally be redone. And then the mid next week, the plan is that they will probably start on the restroom. That demo will start there too, so we're excited that that project is actually underway right now to do that one. And then, as we learned too, that we were awarded the $600,000 from Arapahoe County for phase 2 of base loading. So that's going to be the playground too. So we're excited to have that and just watch that whole phase just go into base loading. It's going to be an exciting part. It's going to be awesome. We get through something.
And there is a third phase of renovation for that park, so even after phase 2 is done, we're not fully complete. But the plan is to fully renovate that park hopefully in the next 2 years. By 2020.
Is that a popular park as far as traffic?
I think it's gonna be one of our most popular parks, but
Okay.
what's coming in phase 2, the playground, it's a amazing playground. Do we have that on the website to join?
We do.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential with the park and the location being where it is, I'm sure.
Historically, it's been weekends, well, and evenings. I mean, a lot of youth sports, there's soccer and stuff going on there. And the younger kids on the playgrounds have been there. Years.
And we just redid the basketball court. I live really close to there and there's always people on the basketball court. I see a group of guys playing like flag football almost once, twice a week always. I think it's fun. Good fun.
I haven't come by, but, it's helpful to know as we're getting involved, which parks have the potential or the high traffic, which ones need love, so it's good context.
Yeah, Jason's big on dogs, Bates is great for kids, Bellevue is just a regional popular park. All in all, but yeah.
Yeah.
Romans was recently fully renovated in this part and have maintenance and it's a cute little, that's also called. Yeah, you go by those mushrooms. But the big one's huge now.
Yeah, like the mushroom, big man base. Yeah. Alice in Wonderland.
Cool. Any other questions around Bates Logan? Right, staff's choice. I'll just keep it going. Debbie, do you have anything?
Actually, do you have, and Christina, you may, if you want to talk about it. We're trying to move in, the direction of being more sustainable, saving paper and all that. So, we're going to cut back on printing off agendas unless if you do want a printed copy, let me know. I'll have one for you. But if it's something where, you use your phone or your computer anyways or something like that, but so yeah. So if you do find you want a printed copy, let me know. We're gonna cut back, try to save as much paper as we can in the city. That's it.
Like it. Cool. Brad?
Did I take your? So. Sounds like Eddie.
Just a couple things, Pirates Cove obviously is closed for the year. And actually the numbers have come out, just preliminary numbers, it looks pretty good. Everything right now, rough numbers, 75,000 people attended. We going through Pirates Cove, which was pretty good, especially with June the way that it was. Pirates Cove in the winterization right now, not that whole process of turning everything over with everything, so that's good. New lessons and stuff is starting back at the rec center. So we have quite a few of the swim lessons, learn swim classes and the water fitness classes are pretty full. So that's kind of good to see that too with that one. So the parks guys are just starting to get into the mode of getting, breathing just a little bit. They have a lot of work and stuff that they're continuing to do. At Bellevue Park, they did finish the gates that are going into the area too. Those gates with the request and also working with code enforcement was to keep those locked. you know, during the weekends and also during the day stuff. There was a lot of people that were taking vehicles into the park there. So to cut down on a lot of stuff that they decided we put gates and solar down. So that's opened up. All of that too. The other thing too is kind of scary to, we have those parks guys that are on the call list for snowplow driving. So that's something that, yeah, we know that that's coming stuff, but hopefully this year, because Public Works is pretty well staffed up, especially the streets division, that they won't have to be relying on our park staff to come in there and be doing a lot of the planning, but they will be on call and they'll be actually backup people without those guys. So I continue to have a little bit of, you know, graffiti and stuff, some usually around Christian Park and stuff, but the guys are staying on top of it. They're doing a really big job. So we're kind of top of that division too. You know, but you know, it's gonna be on some of the stuff going on the rest of the year.
Senior Symposium is September 27th here in Logan. So we're excited to have that here. It's a free event with lunch. So we're excited about that. Focus on safety. The representative from the police departments come, the Rapid County Senior Services for economic kind of crime that happens to seniors. And then we have a fitness thing on balance as you get older. So that one will be there. And then Rapid County Public Health is coming just talking about vaccine updates. So it is from 10:15 to 3. It's free. You still have to register, so you know. Just and it's kind of, I mean, it can be for all of us, but it may be geared to the same population. To make sure that they're just being safe. Lots of things have happened with them. It was kind of a push last year. It's just being safety, falling, and you get things like that. The 27th. Yeah. Wednesday, it's still Wednesday. Yeah. And we had, maybe about 30, 35 people. We've had upwards still. Last year we had 80. But we're seeing a lot more people are attending our other safety classes that we've had. So they're like, I would go because our film started, so we should have safety things quarterly. So that could be one of the reasons, but we're still going to continue. It's fun. We like to fun things like that. Coming out of COVID, have a really good year last year, and then both of the recreation centers. We should hit over 200,000 visits at the recreation center, close to about 5,000 now. So that's getting faster than we should be prior to COVID. So that's really good. Excited about that. And we can check the report with our Silver Chamber programs. We've collected about $90,000 with our wellness insurance programs. So it's not just Silver Chamber, but also everything else. So yeah, it's looking good.
Thanks.
And all the staff, which is not, Parks and Rec, but it's our library. We are doing a big book sale. And it starts tonight if you're interested in stopping, like tons of kids' books, like insane. Debbie and Brad know very well firsthand. They just love all the books from the first floor. It's
In good condition.
great stuff.
All
I was impressed.
When does it go on? So it's gonna run, it's tonight until at least 7:30, and then this weekend, from 9:30 to 5, both Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday, there's gonna be a $5 bag sale, so you can put as many books as you can in the bag and they call it out for $5. So all the proceeds go towards our summer reading program for next year. Yeah, there's some great books, brand new too.
There's DVDs as well,
And see,
and puzzles.
Puzzles.
and records.
I love puzzles. Okay, good to know.
I got 8 tracks, but not 4 years. Works up now, okay, so.
Cool. Anything else from the staff? Okay, Commissioner's choice. Cody, you're up.
Sorry, I'm not there in person. Thank you, Debbie, for doing the work to allow me to attend virtually. Appreciate that.
Beautiful there.
Yeah, I'm in Telluride. I'm working a festival down here. So
Ooh.
I'm actually in their town park right now. And then I'm meeting with their Parks and Rec department tomorrow and shadowing them in terms of their special events and all that. So it's very cold. So that's the downside. It's like 40 something degrees. The block party was a lot of fun. I did have one observation. Over on the I'm directionally challenged right now, but in front of Gallo, essentially, with the way the tents were sitting on the sidewalk, I did notice there was an accessibility issue that caused. There was a man in a wheelchair who was trying to make his way down the sidewalk, and because of the way Gallo was set up with their tent and the tables and everything, he actually couldn't get through. And then I noticed, like, kind of similar down that side of the sidewalk, it created some challenges for wheelchairs. So that was just something I noticed that kind of maybe something trying to adjust for next year. Otherwise, it was a lot of fun. I think there was a magician that looked fun. Bands were great. I enjoyed the screen down at the next intersection down, and with the added sound, so you could see things farther down. And otherwise, it was a great event as always.
Thanks, Cody. Ellen?
You don't have anything today? No, okay, Jim.
Let's see, it was past Monday night, we also passed. Oh, next. It wasn't me because I voted no on it. For very specific reasons. Had to do no parking. 10 years, owner occupants can have it, which means investors will be buying more housing than you would, in my opinion. And there were other reasons I brought up, but I said, I told them I really want to vote for this to begin with, because the whole thing is really, really good. It needs to be done. So we'll have a second reading on it at the next council meeting, a week from this coming Monday. And go from there. But I think it'll pass. Sure. And that's the big thing going on right now. Of course, the recall is going on. She got your ballots yesterday, today.
It's only District 1 and 2.
I think 3 also.
3.
I've had a lot of stuff put on my door about it.
So probably.
A lot of it is
On board.
misinformation.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to dollars.
Mhm.
You can't overspend $400,000 on this consultant. It's like, where did that come from? We aren't spending that on a consultant. But anyway, that's. So it's sad, really, because it's a month away from the election. 2 of those people are up for election. And I am not running for re-election. So after over 11 years, almost 11 quarter years, I'm calling it career with Monday nights.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. Absolutely. It's, you can really see, I mean, I see, Brad probably notices it too, with Consul going back to 2004. We're all on paper and we're all telling stuff. Now there's 2 of us on paper. We sit next to each other and we're about the same age. And the rest are flipping through their screens like this. And one night I said to him, I was on a computer where somebody was born. And there's no way I can keep up with you or even remotely stay close. So. It's different, it's a lot different. But things I think are for the most part.
Change, just change. City has a lot of change going.
Yeah, and change is good. It's gonna happen whether you like it or not.
Yes. Wild, you'll still be around though.
Yeah, just thinking, I should apply for Parks and Rec.
Ooh, there's my
Commission and start my time all over again.
I think there's gonna be an empty seat, so.
That's what I heard.
Awesome, thanks, Jim. How about you, Karen, any news? Nothing? Okay, then my turn. This is my last meeting. I'm very sad. It's been very fun. So, like I said, I'll be around. See me at the block party, you'll see me at the park. Don't worry.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's this stuff?
It's hard for you. Yeah, we will.
Thanks, Yeah, stay in touch with us.
I will,
Let us know.
I'll be-
Everyone's doing.
I will,
Share pictures.
I will, I will.
Sure.
I'll be, recognition of public comment. We'll start having someone here. It'll be me. I'll just be around. Can't get rid of
All right.
me.
Name one of your children.
Yeah. I'll be maybe not Karen Lynn or something like that.
Here's the name.
No, but it's been really good and it's been really fun and there's so many exciting things you guys are working on. So like I have to come back and see Fate's Logan, the rec center. I gotta ride this new train. So, I mean, I'm literally right on the borderline. So I'm not going far. Thank you.
Well, all the things that have been improved and stuff since you've been on board. I mean, you should feel real accomplished.
I am. I'm,
The mission in Parks and Rec is done.
yeah. We've done a lot. We have done a lot and you know. Now I'll just have to go do something in a new city. So
Yeah. That Lakewood thing?
I'm in Denver. And they need a lot of help, so.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
It is. We didn't want to be in Denver, but things happen. That's it. Thanks, everybody. And with that, I think we can adjourn the meeting.
Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, Cody. Have fun in Telluride. Stay warm.
Yes, thank you all. Have a great rest of your week.
Yes.
Where is it? Are we on the-
Yeah, it's in Telluride. Nice.
I'm